You're living your life right now, but are you truly experiencing it? Most people go through the motions, chasing noise, chasing distractions, never realizing that the most profound transformations happen in the quiet, unseen moments. What if I told you there are ancient, almost secret habits, not flashy or loud, that have the power to fundamentally reshape who you are, guiding you towards an inner peace and an unwavering strength you never thought possible? If you ever felt that nagging whisper inside, telling you there's more, that you're capable of so much more than the chaos around you suggests, then you absolutely must stay until the very end. Because the final insight, the very last habit, is the key that unlocks everything else. Miss it, and you miss the entire journey. This isn't just about improvement, it's about awakening. Mindful breath. The very first habit, the bedrock upon which all others are built, is something so fundamental, so inherent to your existence, that most of you overlook it completely. It is the mindful breath. You breathe every second of every day, an unconscious act, a simple necessity for survival. But have you ever truly felt your breath? Have you ever taken the time to observe its rhythm, its gentle rise and fall, the subtle coolness on your inhale, the warmth on your exhale? This isn't just about getting air into your lungs. It's about anchoring yourself to the present moment, a practice that has been revered for millennia by those who seek true mastery over themselves. When you bring awareness to your breath, you immediately step out of the swirling eddies of thought, out of the anxieties of the past and the uncertainties of the future, and into the profound simplicity of now. It is a small act, yes, but its ripple effect is monumental. Imagine your mind as a turbulent ocean, tossed by waves of worry and desire. Your breath, when consciously observed, becomes the anchor, grounding the vessel, allowing it to steady amidst the storm. It's not about stopping the waves, it's about learning to navigate them with calm and precision. Many believe meditation is a grand, elaborate ritual, requiring hours of stillness and specific postures. But true meditation begins here, with this single, silent habit. A few moments, just a few deep, intentional breaths, can reset your entire being. It can dissolve the tension held in your shoulders, quiet the incessant chatter in your mind, and bring a clarity that was previously obscured by the relentless noise of daily life. This is not a luxury, it is a necessity for anyone serious about cultivating inner strength and genuine presence. This habit, seemingly so simple, demands consistency and dedication. It's easy to get caught up in the external demands, the endless tasks, the urgent notifications. But if you do not carve out this sacred space for your breath, for yourself, you will perpetually be at the mercy of external forces. The world will dictate your pace, your reactions, your emotional state. But by consciously engaging with your breath, you reclaim a piece of yourself. You assert your sovereignty over your inner landscape. It's a declaration. I am here now, and I choose how I respond to what unfolds. This habit builds a reservoir of calm within you, a wellspring of resilience that you can draw upon when life inevitably throws its challenges your way. It is a silent protector, a constant companion. Think of the moments when stress overwhelms you, when anger flares or fear takes hold. Your breath becomes shallow, rapid, constricted. This is your body's innate response. But you have the power to interrupt this cycle. By consciously slowing your breath, by deepening it, by extending your exhales, you send a clear signal to your nervous system. All is well. I am safe. I am in control. This isn't just a mental trick. It's a physiological shift. You are literally rewiring your brain, creating new neural pathways that favor calm and presence over panic and reactivity. This habit, practiced diligently day after day, transforms you from a creature of instinctual reaction into a being of conscious response. It is the first step on the path to genuine self-mastery. The beauty of mindful breath is its accessibility. You don't need special equipment, a quiet room, or undisturbed hours. You can practice it anywhere, anytime. Waiting in line, sitting in traffic, before a difficult conversation, or even in the midst of a demanding task. A few deliberate breaths can be your secret weapon, your personal reset button. It's a habit that reminds you that true power doesn't lie in what you acquire or what you achieve externally, but in the unwavering stillness you cultivate within. This is not a passive act, it is an active engagement with your own life force, a constant reaffirmation of your commitment to conscious living. Embrace the mindful breath, and you embrace the very essence of self-awareness. Silent reflection. The second habit, intimately connected to the first, is silent reflection. In a world that constantly demands your attention, that rewards noise and outward expression, the act of stepping back, of simply being with your thoughts without judgment, is revolutionary. This isn't about journaling, though that can be a valuable tool. This is about cultivating an inner space where you can observe your thoughts and emotions as if they were clouds passing in the sky. It's about creating a profound dialogue with yourself, not through words spoken aloud, but through a deep, quiet listening to the whispers of your own consciousness. How often do you truly listen to yourself, not to the external voices, but to the inner workings of your own mind and heart? Very rarely for most. This habit requires courage, because it means confronting what is without the usual distractions and defenses. It means allowing uncomfortable truths to surface, acknowledging fears, uncertainties, and perhaps even desires you've suppressed. But it is precisely in this confrontation, in this honest appraisal of your inner landscape, that true growth occurs. Without silent reflection, you are merely reacting to life, a leaf blown by the wind. With it, you become the architect of your responses, the conscious director of your own journey. You begin to understand the patterns of your behavior, the triggers that lead to certain reactions, the underlying motivations for your choices. This self-awareness is not just insightful, it is empowering. Many people fear silence, fear being alone with their thoughts, because they perceive it as an absence, a void. But silence is not empty, it is pregnant with potential, brimming with wisdom. It is in the quiet moments that clarity emerges, that solutions to complex problems present themselves, that creative sparks ignite. When you allow yourself this space for silent reflection, you are tapping into a deeper well of intelligence, a wisdom that extends beyond your conscious analytical mind. This is where intuition speaks, where understanding dawns, where the path forward reveals itself. It is a profound act of trust in your own inner knowing, a recognition that you carry within you all the answers you seek. This habit transforms your relationship with your past, your present, and your future. By reflecting on your experiences, you extract lessons, you integrate wisdom, you release what no longer serves you. You stop repeating the same mistakes, not because you intellectualize them, but because you understand them at a deeper, more visceral level. In the present, reflection allows you to appreciate the richness of your existence, to find gratitude in the mundane, and to consciously choose your next steps. For the future, it helps you align your actions with your values, ensuring that your path is not merely one of accidental progress, but one of deliberate, meaningful creation. It is a compass for your life's journey. Silent reflection is not a passive indulgence. It is an active discipline. It is the conscious choice to pause, to observe, to integrate. It can take many forms. A walk in nature where you simply allow your thoughts to drift, a few moments of quiet contemplation before you begin your day, or even a deliberate pause in the midst of a busy schedule. The key is to create the space, however small, for your inner voice to be heard. This habit, cultivated consistently, refines your judgment, sharpens your perception, and deepens your understanding of both yourself and the world around you. It is the cornerstone of true wisdom and authentic living, allowing you to move through life not just with awareness, but with profound insight, purposeful movement. The third silent habit is purposeful movement. In our modern world, we have largely divorced movement from its deeper meaning, reducing it to mere exercise, a chore to be completed for physical health. But for centuries, across countless traditions, movement was an art, a philosophy, a spiritual practice. It was a way to connect mind and body, to cultivate discipline, focus, and an intimate understanding of one's own physical vessel. This isn't about chasing external results, a certain physique, or a new personal best. It is about the profound internal transformation that occurs when you move with intention, with awareness, and with reverence for the incredible instrument that is your body. How often do you truly feel your body moving, rather than just using it as a means to an end? When you engage in purposeful movement, whether it is the deliberate flow of a martial art form, the precise postures of yoga, or even the conscious act of walking, you are bringing your entire being into the present moment. Your breath synchronizes with your actions. Your mind focuses on the sensation, the balance, the effort. There is no room for distraction, no space for the incessant chatter of the mind. It is a moving meditation, a dynamic dance between your inner world and your outer expression. This integration of mind, body, and spirit is where true strength resides, not just the strength of your muscles, but the strength of your will, your focus, and your unwavering presence. It is a profound act of self-connection. Many people shy away from movement because they perceive it as difficult, painful, or inconvenient. But purposeful movement is not about brute force. It is about cultivating grace, efficiency, and a deep understanding of your own capabilities and limitations. It is about pushing the boundaries of what you thought possible, not out of aggression, but out of a gentle, persistent curiosity. With each repetition, each stretch, each moment of sustained effort, you are not just building physical resilience, you are building mental fortitude. You are teaching yourself patience, perseverance, and the invaluable lesson that true mastery comes from consistent, deliberate practice, not from sporadic bursts of effort. This is where true transformation unfolds. Consider the power of stillness within movement. Even in dynamic actions, there is a core of calm, a centeredness that allows for precision and control. This is the essence of purposeful movement. It's not about being frantic or rushed. It's about finding the balance between effort and ease, between exertion and relaxation. This balance is not just physical, it translates directly into your mental and emotional life. When you learn to move with purpose, you learn to live with purpose. You learn to approach challenges not with overwhelm, but with a quiet, confident resolve, knowing that you have the internal resources to meet whatever comes your way. It's a silent dialogue between your intention and your action. This habit reminds you that your body is not separate from your mind or spirit. It is an integral part of your being, a vessel for your consciousness. By honoring your body through purposeful movement, you are honoring your entire self. You are cultivating discipline, self-awareness, and a profound sense of integration. It grounds you, centers you, and empowers you to move through the world, not just with physical strength, but with an inner grace and an unwavering sense of presence. Embrace purposeful movement, and you embrace the profound connection between your inner resolve and your outer manifestation, becoming a living testament to strength and awareness. Mindful eating. The fourth silent habit, often overlooked in our fast-paced, convenience-driven world, is mindful eating. We consume food daily, multiple times a day, yet how many of us truly experience our meals? How often do we eat while distracted, while scrolling, while rushing, completely disengaged from the nourishment we are taking in? Mindful eating is not about restrictive diets or complicated rules. It is about bringing conscious awareness to the act of consumption. It is about understanding that food is not merely fuel, but a profound connection to the earth, to life itself, and to the intricate workings of your own body. When you eat mindfully, you transform a mundane necessity into a sacred ritual. This habit begins with observation. Before you even take the first bite, pause. Look at your food. Appreciate its colors, its textures, its arrangement on the plate. Inhale its aromas. Allow your senses to awaken. Then, as you eat, slow down. Chew thoroughly, savoring each flavor, noticing the nuances, the sweetness, the saltiness, the bitterness, the umami. Feel the texture of the food in your mouth. Pay attention to the subtle signals your body sends, the feeling of hunger diminishing, the sensation of satiety emerging. This is a profound conversation between your body and your awareness, a dialogue that is often drowned out by external noise and internal distractions. When you eat mindfully, you are not just nourishing your body, you are nourishing your mind and spirit. You are developing a deeper respect for the resources that sustain you and a keener understanding of what truly serves your well-being. This habit helps you distinguish between true hunger and emotional cravings, allowing you to respond to your body's authentic needs rather than reacting to fleeting impulses. It cultivates discipline, self-control, and a profound appreciation for the simple act of sustenance. Many illnesses and discomforts stem from a lack of awareness around our eating habits. Mindful eating is a powerful antidote, fostering health from the inside out. The practice of mindful eating extends beyond the plate. It influences your choices at the grocery store, your relationship with cooking, and your overall approach to consumption. You become a more discerning consumer, opting for foods that are vital, whole, and genuinely nourishing, rather than those that are merely convenient or appealing to superficial tastes. It is a declaration of self-care, a commitment to treating your body with the reverence it deserves as the vessel for your life force. This habit helps you to listen to your body's wisdom, allowing it to guide you towards what truly fuels its optimal functioning. It is a silent act of profound self-love. Embracing mindful eating transforms your relationship with food from one of unconscious consumption to one of deliberate nourishment. It brings a sense of gratitude, presence, and control to an activity that most people engage in almost entirely on autopilot. By cultivating this habit, you are not just improving your physical health, you are enhancing your mental clarity, your emotional stability, and your overall sense of well-being. It is a quiet yet potent act that permeates every aspect of your existence, reminding you that true vitality begins with the conscious choices you make, one bite at a time. It is a practice that teaches patience, awareness, and deep self-respect. Focused listening. The fifth silent habit is focused listening. In our hyper-connected, constantly communicating world, everyone seems eager to speak, to express, to be heard. But how many truly listen? How many pause, truly tune in, and absorb the essence of what another person is conveying? Not just their words, but their emotion, their intention, their unspoken message. Focused listening is a profound act of respect, empathy, and presence. It is a silent offering that creates deep connection and understanding, a bridge between minds and hearts that is often neglected in the cacophony of modern interactions. When you truly listen, you are not just hearing, you are understanding. This habit requires you to quiet your own internal monologue, to set aside your judgments, your preconceived notions, your desire to formulate a response. It demands your full, undivided attention, a willingness to be completely present with the speaker. This is a skill, a discipline that takes practice. It means looking beyond the superficial, delving into the meaning behind the words, sensing the emotions that accompany the message. It is about creating a safe space for the other person to be fully seen and heard, an act that is profoundly validating and empowering for them. This level of listening fosters trust, deepens relationships, and prevents misunderstandings before they even arise. Consider the power of being truly heard. In a world where so many feel invisible, where conversations are often rushed and superficial, the gift of focused listening is immense. It communicates, without a single word, that the other person matters, that their thoughts and feelings are valuable. This isn't just about being polite, it's about genuine human connection. When you practice focused listening, you become a student of humanity, learning from every interaction, expanding your perspective, and cultivating a deeper sense of empathy for the diverse experiences of others. It enriches your own understanding of the world. This habit also transforms your own communication. When you become a better listener, you naturally become a more thoughtful speaker. You learn to choose your words more carefully, to express yourself with greater clarity, and to ensure that your message is truly received. You learn the rhythm of conversation, the dance of dialogue, where moments of receptive silence are as important as moments of expressive speech. It is a feedback loop. The more you listen, the more you learn. The more you learn, the more effectively you can contribute. This silent skill elevates all your interactions, from the personal to the professional. Embracing focused listening is an act of profound humility and generosity. It acknowledges that you do not always have all the answers, that there is wisdom to be gained from every person you encounter. It cultivates patience, presence, and a deep appreciation for the human experience. By consciously developing this habit, you are not just improving your communication skills, you are building stronger relationships, fostering greater understanding, and contributing to a more connected and compassionate world. It is a silent pathway to deeper wisdom, reminding us that true insight often comes not from speaking, but from truly hearing. Deliberate stillness. The sixth silent habit, and perhaps one of the most challenging in our restless age, is deliberate stillness. This goes beyond mindful breath or silent reflection. It is the conscious act of ceasing all external activity, of simply being without purpose, without agenda, without seeking to accomplish anything. It is the cultivation of true inner quiet, a radical departure from the incessant need for stimulation and productivity that defines modern life. How often do you allow yourself to just be without any expectation, without any doing, without any striving? For most, this concept is alien, even uncomfortable. Yet it is in this profound stillness that the deepest wisdom resides. When you deliberately choose to be still, you create a vacuum, a space where true clarity can emerge. It is like allowing the sediment in a muddy glass of water to settle, revealing the pure, clear water beneath. In our constant activity, our minds are perpetually agitated, stirred by external input and internal chatter. Deliberate stillness is the practice of allowing that agitation to subside, revealing the profound peace and insight that is always present beneath the surface, waiting to be rediscovered. It is a homecoming to your true self. Many confuse stillness with idleness, with a lack of purpose. But deliberate stillness is a highly purposeful act. It is the act of recharging your spirit, of allowing your nervous system to regulate, of giving your mind a much-needed respite from its endless processing. It is in these moments of profound quiet that creativity blossoms, intuition sharpens, and a deep sense of inner knowing arises. Without this stillness, you are constantly running on fumes, driven by external pressures, never truly tapping into the reservoir of strength and wisdom that lies dormant within you. It is an investment in your mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. This habit helps you to cultivate resilience in the face of life's inevitable storms. When you have practiced deliberate stillness, you have built an inner sanctuary, a quiet refuge that you can retreat to when the world becomes overwhelming. You learn that peace is not something you find externally, but something you cultivate internally. You become less reactive to external circumstances, more grounded in your own core. This is not about escaping reality. It is about developing the inner strength to meet reality with calm and unwavering presence, knowing that you have a wellspring of peace within you that can never be disturbed. Embracing deliberate stillness is a radical act of self-care in a world that constantly demands your attention. It is a conscious choice to slow down, to tune in, to reconnect with the deepest parts of yourself. By cultivating this habit, you are not just finding moments of peace. You are fundamentally reshaping your relationship with time, with productivity, and with your own inner life. It reminds you that sometimes the most powerful thing you can do is absolutely nothing at all, allowing space for profound wisdom and genuine peace to emerge. It is a silent path to unlocking your true inner power and discovering an unshakable calm. Unconditional service. The seventh silent habit, and one that profoundly shifts your perspective, is unconditional service. In a world often driven by self-interest and transactional relationships, the act of giving without expectation of return, of serving another purely for the sake of their well-being, is revolutionary. This isn't about grand gestures or public accolades. It's about the quiet, often unseen acts of kindness, the genuine desire to uplift, to support, to contribute positively to the lives of others. How often do you act purely out of a desire to serve, with no thought of personal gain or recognition? Very rarely for most, because we are conditioned to seek reciprocity. Yet, it is in this selfless giving that you receive the most profound rewards. When you engage in unconditional service, you step outside of your own concerns, your own ego, and connect with a larger purpose. You realize that your well-being is intrinsically linked to the well-being of others, that genuine happiness often comes from contributing to something greater than yourself. This habit cultivates empathy, compassion, and a deep sense of interconnectedness. It reminds you that we are all part of a larger tapestry, and each thread, Each individual plays a vital role in its strength and beauty. It is a profound act of genuine connection. Many people find reasons not to serve. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough resources. What's in it for me? But unconditional service doesn't require vast wealth or endless hours. It can be a kind word, a helping hand, a moment of focused listening, sharing your knowledge, or simply being a compassionate presence for someone in need. It is about the intention behind the act, the purity of the desire to contribute. And the irony is, the more you give, the more you find yourself enriched, not just materially, but emotionally, spiritually, and in your sense of purpose. It is a silent truth. Giving truly is receiving. This habit helps to dissolve the illusion of separation. The idea that you are an isolated individual disconnected from the rest of humanity. When you serve unconditionally, you experience a profound sense of unity, a recognition of our shared humanity. This perspective shift changes everything. It reduces anxiety, increases gratitude, and fosters a sense of meaning in your life that superficial pursuits can never provide. You begin to see challenges not just as obstacles for yourself, but as opportunities to extend compassion and support to others. It is a powerful antidote to self-absorption and isolation. Embracing unconditional service transforms your relationship with yourself and the world. It cultivates a profound sense of purpose, compassion, and interconnectedness. By consciously practicing this habit, you are not just making a difference in the lives of others, you are fundamentally reshaping your own heart, opening it to a deeper capacity for love and understanding. It reminds you that true strength lies not in accumulation, but in contribution, and that the most profound joy often comes from the selfless act of giving without expectation. It is a silent revolution, changing lives, one act of kindness at a time, echoing through communities. Structured discipline. The eighth silent habit, often misunderstood and sometimes even feared, is structured discipline. In a culture that frequently champions spontaneity and immediate gratification, the idea of imposing structure and routine upon oneself can seem restrictive or unappealing. But true freedom does not come from a lack of boundaries. It comes from the mastery of oneself within a well-defined framework. Structured discipline is about consciously choosing to align your daily actions with your highest intentions, creating a consistent rhythm that supports your growth, your goals, and your overall well-being. How often do you consciously design your day rather than letting it be dictated by external forces? This habit is not about rigidity for rigidity's sake. It is about creating a foundation upon which a meaningful and purposeful life can be built. Just as a strong house requires a solid foundation, a strong life requires consistent, deliberate practices. Whether it is a consistent morning routine, a dedicated time for study or creative work, or a disciplined approach to physical training, these structures are not chains. They are scaffolding. They support you in reaching higher, in developing new skills, in cultivating virtues that would otherwise remain dormant. Discipline is not the opposite of freedom. It is the pathway to true internal freedom, the ability to choose your actions based on your highest self rather than your fleeting impulses. Many people resist discipline because they associate it with effort and discomfort. But the discomfort of discipline is temporary, while the discomfort of regret, of unrealized potential, can last a lifetime. Structured discipline teaches you patience, perseverance, and the invaluable lesson that consistent small efforts accumulate into monumental results over time. It helps you overcome procrastination, cultivate focus, and build momentum towards your aspirations. When you commit to a disciplined approach, you are not just performing tasks, you are training your mind, strengthening your will, and building an unshakable foundation for success in all areas of your life. This habit also liberates you from decision fatigue. When you have established clear routines and structures, many daily choices become automatic, freeing up your mental energy for more important decisions and creative endeavors. You spend less time debating what to do and more time actually doing it. This creates a sense of calm and control, reducing anxiety and allowing you to approach your days with a sense of purpose and direction, rather than feeling overwhelmed by endless options. It is a silent act of proactive design, sculpting your life with intention rather than letting it be shaped by default. Embracing structured discipline transforms your relationship with time, effort, and achievement. It cultivates consistency, focus, and an unwavering commitment to your own growth. By consciously building this habit, you are not just becoming more productive, you are becoming more self-reliant, more resilient, and more capable of bringing your deepest aspirations to fruition. It reminds you that the greatest achievements are rarely born from chaotic inspiration, but from the quiet, consistent application of focused effort over time. It is a silent forge, tempering your will and shaping your destiny with each deliberate action. Intentional solitude. The ninth and final silent habit, and arguably the most powerful for unlocking profound self-transformation, is intentional solitude. In a world where connection is constantly online, where the fear of missing out drives us to perpetual engagement, the conscious choice to step away, to truly be alone with yourself, is a radical act. This isn't about loneliness or isolation, it's about a deliberate, chosen separation from external influences, from the demands of others, from the noise of the world, in order to cultivate a deeper relationship with your own inner being. How often do you truly seek out solitude, not as an escape, but as a deliberate path to self-discovery? It is in intentional solitude that the deepest parts of yourself are revealed. Without the distractions, without the need to perform or conform, you are free to simply be. This is where self-awareness blossoms, where you can hear the whispers of your intuition, where you can confront your deepest truths without judgment. This habit allows you to process your experiences, to integrate your emotions, and to reconnect with your core values and purpose. Without this essential space, you risk living a life dictated by external expectations, constantly responding to the world rather than consciously creating your own path. Many people fear solitude, seeing it as a void to be filled, a discomfort to be avoided. But intentional solitude is not empty. It is a fertile ground for growth, creativity, and profound insight. It is in these quiet moments that you can dream without limits, plan with clarity, and recover from the constant drain of social interaction. It is a sacred space for self-renewal, a wellspring of inner strength that, once tapped, can sustain you through any challenge. When you embrace solitude, you are not just being alone, you are being completely present with the most important person in your life, yourself. This habit cultivates an unshakable sense of self-reliance and inner peace. When you learn to be comfortable and even thrive in your own company, you become less dependent on external validation, less swayed by fleeting opinions, and more grounded in your own sense of worth. You develop a deep inner knowing that guides your decisions, empowering you to walk your own path with confidence and authenticity. Intentional solitude is not a withdrawal from the world. It is a profound preparation for engaging with the world from a place of strength, clarity, and unwavering purpose. It is the crucible where true character is forged. Embracing intentional solitude is the ultimate act of self-mastery. It is the conscious choice to step off the hamster wheel, to disengage from the collective noise, and to embark on an inner journey of discovery. By cultivating this habit, you are not just finding moments of peace. You are fundamentally transforming your relationship with yourself, with others, and with the very essence of your existence. It reminds you that the greatest wisdom, the most profound peace, and the most authentic version of yourself can only be found when you dare to journey inward, alone, and listen to the silent symphony of your own soul. It is the path to truly knowing yourself, to unlocking an infinite potential. This isn't just a video, it's a profound invitation. The silent habits are the real game changers, the ones that peel back layers of distraction and reconnect you to your deepest self. That last habit, pure wisdom. Who else felt that shift in perspective just by listening?